Well, hello, ladies, and welcome to the Fullest Life podcast. I'm your host, Vita Tucker. Welcome. I am coming to you all today from Osceola, Iowa, and it's like I'd say probably about an hour to 45 minutes outside of Des Moines. And I am here this week doing a series of schools. And I just wanted to take this moment and share with you all and talk to you all and say, hey, let me catch up with my Fullest Life family. Now, you all, I want you to know that it was snowing. Yes, snowing when I landed here, snow falling everywhere. I'm not a fan of snow. It's really pretty, and right now it is really gorgeous outside. It's gorgeous outside, along with the lights from the Christmas tree here in the hotel/inn that I'm staying in, and the fireplace. It all looks so beautiful, and everything is such this wonderful moment. But it's cold. Okay, when I tell you it's cold, y'all, it is cold. I have put on some layers that I have not put on in a long time. And so for those of you all, my St. Louis people, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. Like when I used to live in St. Louis, you have to layer up. I had to put on some layers to be here in Iowa. But it has been a wonderful time. It is really nice to just have this kind of moment, to be in something and a moment that looks like a cabin in the woods when you're really not in the woods, which I appreciate because I don't want to be in the woods. But this roaring fire behind me, over off to the side. I'm going to try to let y'all see real quick without messing everything up. But let me see if I can get you a quick little shot of the Christmas tree over there and the fire and the whole 9 yards. And it's just nice. It really is. It's very relaxing. So I thought I would take an evening to come out here and do a podcast. And for those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, this is the Fullest Life Podcast, and I'm your host, Vita Tucker. The Fullest Life Podcast is a podcast dedicated to women. It is dedicated to us living our fullest life. And I say it every week. It's not because we don't have trials and situations and circumstances and all kind of crazy going on. It just means that we are making a choice, that we are endeavoring to live our fullest life. And so, welcome. Fullest Life. We've been going since May of 2020. That's when the Lord told me to stop, and I'm to start, and I'm not stopping until He tells me to stop. So, hey, I'm just going to keep on going. If you want to know, pop in, see what we're talking about, see what's going on, and welcome. And so last week I told you, my subject last week was a week. Like I was going through last week. But the thing that I was thinking about after I did that, and I wanted to come back this week and talk about is it's nothing wrong with being weak, first of all. There's a lot of us out here, women, particularly women of color, you know what I'm saying, who tend to get caught up on trying to be strong, trying to act like we got it all together at all times. Like emotions are a weakness, showing signs that you need somebody to talk to, you need help, you need prayer, that you're not all at all times like this spiritual giant for those of you all who are Christians. And we forget that we're human and it's okay to be weak sometimes. And in our weakness though, if you're a Christian, the Bible says that Jesus said that when we are weak, He's strong. And so His strength is made perfect in our weakness. So it gives Him an opportunity to show Himself strong in us, through us, and in our lives and what's going on. But if we're always walking around like we got it, I got this, then how is that a blessing? How's that helping someone else? And so I thought about it to myself. I said, you know what, Lord? Whatever I'm going through, I know that I'm growing through right now, right? Growing through, because I'm not staying here. I'm growing through to the next place in life. but I want it to be something that can help someone. I want my situation that I've gone through to be an inspiration, a something that I can later on meet someone and be a blessing to them. And so then I started thinking over the last few days about some things that stop us from being a blessing, things that stop us from fulfilling our purpose and being taking our weak moments and making them into strong moments for other people. And 3 P's came to me: pride, prejudice, and propensity. We have the propensity to do some things. We are prejudiced against some things that keep us bound, and then our pride gets in the way. So I said, well, you know me. If I could, I'm telling you, I'm going to share it with you all. I'm going to share it with my fullest life friends who are listening, and we can just, take it, leave it, do what you want to do with it. But this is just literally what I was feeling within myself. And so when I thought about it, pride. So pride is one of those things that it's not bad to have pride in the fact that you care about things around you, how you look, how you take care of things, like that kind of pride. Not a bad thing. But when your pride is, I am too good to go through, I shouldn't have to go through anything, or I'm better than someone else, that kind of pride, that's an ugly thing. And when your pride tells you that they need me, I don't need them, horrible thing. It keeps you from being who you really are supposed to be. It keeps us from receiving from people who are around us, who are ready to give into our lives, who are ready to sow into our lives, who are there to be a blessing to us, but they can't because your pride keeps telling you, oh, just wear the cover. I got it together. I don't need you. I got this. And that's never the truth. That's never the case. We all need somebody at some point in time in our lives. And if you say to me, Vita, no, I don't, I got my stuff, then I can tell you, give yourself a little bit of time, you're going to crumble. You're going to crumble like a house of cards, and it's going to be not cute, because we all need each other. And that's the way we're made. People need people. The second thing was prejudice. Prejudice in the fact that prejudice just simply means to prejudge. And not necessarily, we prejudge others and we prejudge situations. Sometimes we are so caught up in ourselves that we've outgrown or we've come out of something that we can't see where we came from, and people who are in situations that we came out of, that they need that love from us. Because at one time we weren't perfect, and we are not perfect, but at one time that was a flaw for us. And so we should be able to look at somebody going through it, and instead of judging them and being prejudiced and prejudging, we need to listen to people and find out what they're going through and how they're hurting. It is so easy, you guys, just to cast people off and to cast things off like, well, that's their problem. No, it's not just their problem. If you're called to be a solution to somebody's problem and you walk away from them, then it not only is that their problem, it becomes your problem, because you're not fulfilling purpose. And the moment you stop fulfilling purpose is the moment that you find yourself stagnant. And I don't care who you are, I don't care about, what other people say around you, like, oh, she's got it going on, or you the girl and all of that. Oh, don't worry about that. If you are not being a light, if you are not helping somebody else along the way, if you are always judging and prejudging people, and the moment you meet them, I tell you, it happens. I'm guilty of it. And I don't know if I told you guys a few weeks ago, some time ago. I'll say it again if I didn't. There's a young lady. Now, I always had a problem with people who have like really wild color hair. Now, and check this out. When I was in high school, I had black hair. It was black inside. When you stepped outside, the light hit it and it was blue, right? I think I told you about that. But when I saw people with orange hair or neon green hair and all that stuff, I would always kind of like, had a little judgy under me. Okay, I don't know about her, right? But there's a young lady that I started working with. She is so beautiful, inside and out, but especially inside. And she can wear her hair in a multitude of colors. And what getting to know her taught me is stop looking at the little petty things. So I had to stop being petty, Patty, and judging people by those outer things because it would have blocked me from receiving from her. I love this chick, right? When I see her, I want to hug her. I think she is one of the best people on the planet, and she knows who she is, and she knows I'm talking about her. So, yeah, it's you, girl. But she is just a great person. She's younger than I am, and I just see the light and so much growth and so much maturity in her. But the third thing is propensity. We have a propensity to overlook people in different scenarios in our lives because we think that we or something that they've done is so wrong, or that we have a propensity to decide what is right or wrong in someone else's life. And I don't know why we think we have that much power. There is a God who created each and every one of us, and He has a plan for our lives. And it's not upon us to decide what's right for somebody else. So I'm sitting in the lobby right now. So if y'all hear people talking in the background, just disregard it. I mean, you're in public, so hey, people are going to talk. But we have a propensity to judge people. But what we don't realize is we also have a propensity to do some things that we've done in the past that have been done in our families, some propensity to do the same things that we've seen done and that wrong ways that we've learned. And we don't think it's for us. We excuse our behavior, right? But we're really quick to judge somebody else's behavior. So I just sat down and I was just really honest with the Lord, and I said, whatever I'm supposed to learn in this time, in this season, I want to learn it. I don't want to be prideful and say that I don't need help when I need help. And I'm so glad because I had a friend that I called, and we don't talk all the time, but I called her, we prayed, and we just had a wonderful time together. She was a blessing to me, but had I been prideful, never would have received that, right? And then I don't want to be prejudiced in the fact that I judge and prejudge people's situation because I don't want anybody judging my life, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be judging other people's life. And then propensity. I want to guard myself against the propensity to repeat same behaviors that I've seen around me. Same ways, same poor ways of thinking, same poor ways of doing things, so that I can learn from life. I want to live my fullest life. And I tell y'all, that's the name of the podcast, Fullest Life Podcast. Now, I'm not telling you that these are your problems. I'm telling you this was Vita. In order for me to be real with you about the fullest life, I got to tell you when the good, the bad, and the in-between. So ask yourself, are you dealing with pride? Do you have a little prejudice going on? Are the propensity to do some of the things that keeps you going around in the same circle? And if you do, just ask the Lord to help you deal with them. He loves you through it. It's so wonderful. He loves us regardless of our mistakes. He loves us regardless. And that's, if He's saying it to you, it's because He wants you to fix it, because He got some stuff He's trying to get to you. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, I just tell y'all every week that I love you. I tell you every week that I'm praying for you, and I hope you're praying for me. But in order to live my fullest life, I know that I have to always be looking at what is wrong in here, because that stuff that's going on out here, that don't mean nothing if you're not right in here. You got to make sure your heart is right. Your heart is right towards others, your heart is right towards yourself, and that your heart is right towards the things that God has called you to do. So with that being said, y'all, from Iowa, I tell you, have a great week. I am going to get in the bed because it is chilly. I'm going to bundle up and I'm going to have a good night's sleep. Love you. Have a blessed remainder of your week, your weekend, or whenever you watch this podcast. Be blessed. Love you guys. Bye.